Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Screenstein Guru. Today I'll be discussing some TV reviews and some movie news. So let's get into it. Got my notes pulled up right here. Starting off, we've got Oscar picks, which are very exciting. We've got just a couple of days away, a few more picks for Oscars. So going into this, we got One Battle After Another is being looked at as a pretty big contender for winning. Sinners, as well as Hamnet, Begonia as well. So that's really cool. Do want to talk about real quick the Minnesota crisis with Border Patrol agents DHS essentially leaving the state now due to Governor Walz's talk with President Trump. So hopefully the situation there is going to get a little bit better. We've also got some 3i Atlas news for people that are interested in that. Apparently it's been seen with wobbling jets, 3 jets, which is an anti-tail being spotted. Now it's headed on its course to Jupiter. So that's very interesting as well. It's going to be closest to Jupiter on March 16th. That is fascinating. Going on, we've got, apparently it's traveling at 60 kilometers per second, which is faster than any known human vehicle can travel. Tim Brown has recently said there were ships that were reflecting light that could be right under our nose, out in the ocean or out in skies, because a lot of our radar-based tracking of ships is based off their reflection of light. If these ships aren't reflecting light, they would be essentially invisible. It's very interesting stuff there. Several scoopers have talked about how the Avengers Doomsday fight sequences are going to be extremely satisfying. We're going to be seeing characters that we never thought we'd see on screen interacting with each other, which is a lot of the stories we heard from Spider-Man Far From Home and even Avengers Doomsday. We heard stuff like this happening. Mark Ruffalo says his Hulk will not appear in Avengers Doomsday, so that's very interesting stuff. Maybe something can happen to him in between Spider-Man 4, Brand New Day, and the new Avengers. Crime 101 opens on February 3rd, so that's a really cool movie coming out. It's being adapted from a book, which is very interesting. Fred Clausen is now coming forward. He was on the Mystery Wire with George Knapp, talking about the Nimitz video footage of the Tic Tac, and now he's coming forward to say there is even more footage that wasn't released to the public, where it showed the Tic Tac was actively jamming them on radar and LiDAR, or infrared. There's been a new case with George Fox coming out, James Fox, with the Virginia case, talking about crash material in 1996 in Brazil. There's apparently a U.S. cargo plane that was sent to retrieve this crash material and bodies. So that's very interesting. That's looked into. Chad Underwood said also there is more evidence that has yet to be released. We got Return to Silent Hill, made about $40 million. It's not that great, off of a budget of, let's look real quick, how much, what's the budget of, okay, it looks like 2026 Return to Silent Hill was produced on a budget of approximately $23 million. So it made money back, $40 million. So that's good. I thought it was actually not doing so well, but a lot of people said it wasn't that great of a film. Let's see. What's the biggest flop in box office history? The biggest flop, bomb, is Disney's John Carter from 2012. Oh, it's sad. Estimated loss ranging $150 million to over $200 million due to its massive budget and poor marketing. I like that movie, John Carter. Has any movie made $2 billion? Has any Silent Hill cost to make? Let's look at this one. Despite its enthusiasm for the project, gains amid its changing to capture its ambitious vision, modest budget. The producer, Victor Hindia, told me when we finished the film it cost $23 million. Gans said, "We had 50 days of shooting it. Has 67 sets, so it's quite big." So that's cool. 50 days of shooting. It's like no time. Let's see. What is the #1 flop actor? Ridiculous. So Return to Silent Hill debuts to the lowest U.S. box office opening in the franchise history. So that's probably why people are going after Silent Hill, Return to Silent Hill, because it's the lowest box office in the franchise history. Despite riveting plenty of death treats, Return to Silent Hill is lackluster. Let's see. So yeah, a lot of people are just coming out with articles talking bunk about it, which is too bad, right? Going on from there, we've got, let's see, so the Brazil case, screeners are already talking about For All Mankind, Season 5, which is going to do very well in March. If you're a fan of Robert Meyer Burnett, he talks about it on his YouTube page, on his channel. So let's see. We've also got Ronald D. Moore was talking about how he's having trouble with Apple making the last 2 episodes because they don't want him to end the show. But he does have work over at Prime, doing the God of War series, so he's got work to be done. Scream 7 popcorn buckets out. Dragon Ball announcement, they've got a new show, Galactic Patrol, which is really cool, based off the mangas, it looks like. And they are going to be adapting these not till 2028, so we do have a few more years. But I'd recommend you guys checking up the mangas and catching up, because that would be really fun. So going on from there, we've got, let's see, Fred Clausen is now coming forward to say, talk about his time, his UFO experience in 1996 with Virginia. He's asking people that handled material to come forward. I mentioned there was a new Mystery Wire with George Knapp. New info about Chad Underwood. As well as, let's see what else is going on. First look at Travis Scott in The Odyssey, which was cool. TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, released a special on Paramount Plus. This was the holiday special, I guess, that was in front of the SpongeBob movie, which is now also out on Paramount Plus. We've got Marshall's premiering pretty soon on March 1st, so that's cool. Jumanji 3 is in post-production, so pre-production, about to get ready shooting. As well as How to Train Your Dragon 2 live action is getting ready to shoot. This is the big news, guys, right here. Netflix buys the distribution rights to live action Legend of Zelda from Sony. Now, this is, of course, after they're going to have a theatrical release. They're not going to do what they did with K-Pop Demon Hunter. They are going to have this out in the theaters first, and then they want everyone in the world to watch it on Netflix. So that shows they're pretty confident about this new Legend of Zelda remake, live action first attempt. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be good. Then we got our first look at Daredevil, Born Again Season 2. It looks really good. They're bringing back Jessica Jones, using a interesting Childish Gambino song that wasn't a popular song. So that's kind of fascinating. We see the turmoil that New York has been left in since the events of last season. Looks like Kingpin is boxing. Don't know who he's boxing. The director of Wanted wants to do a second one, that's also director of Mercy, which is playing in theaters right now with Chris Pratt and Vanessa Ferguson. He said if Mercy does well, he's willing to come back to do a Wanted 2. Not sure why, but he apparently wants to do it. Ryan Reynolds, there's a rumor is that he wants to come back as Deadpool, so that's interesting. Also that part of the Avengers Doomsday cast, or Secret Wars cast maybe. I think it's more likely that he's part of that group. And Project Hail Mary, Lord and Miller confirmed it's 2 hours and 38 minutes. So the runtime is out. Do want to discuss real quick. Let's see. Deep Space Nine. Because it was pretty good. Alright. So going into episode 1, we've got the emissary. This is when Cisco arrives on the station with his son. Very sweet. We also got Babel, which is an episode where Bajoran aphasia virus was leaked by the replicators. It was a weapon designed for the Cardassians that got leaked on the station. We also got to see Q-less. Q returned to DS9 after Next Gen, with, of course, Vash, the human Q, no longer wanting to travel with him. We got to see passengers. Captured criminal is badly burned and dies in Bashik's arms, but the criminal's captor believes that he's still alive. So this was a very interesting one about a dude faking his death, trying to basically body snatch people and get off the ship. We got to see Vortex, which was about Odo, an alien that claimed he knew what Odo was, a changeling, and where to find them. So that was really cool. Then we've got, let's see, If Wishes Were Horses. While Dax investigates an unusual energy reading on DS9 to see if it's dangerous for the station, people's imaginations suddenly come to life, causing chaos. So this is really cool. It was like a energy wave that came through DS9 of consciousness. These aliens were basically manifesting consciousness, and they told Cisco and the other people of DS9 that you're not aware of how lucky you are that you can basically, imagination is their whole language. Imagination is their world in which they exist. They need other beings to come up with them to manifest them. So that's kind of interesting. We've got Duel or Duet, Cardassian suffering from Kalanor, disease that indicates he served in a labor camp, visits DS9. Major Kara is determined to convict him as a war criminal, where you find out he was just a coward. He wanted to be put on trial for Bajor, but unfortunately someone stabs him on the station for being Cardassian. And then, of course, the season finale, we got In the Hands of the Prophets. So this was a very interesting episode. Vatic Wynn is a candidate to be the next opening for the Kai position, because the Kai was left on a moon where prisoners have to battle to the death, and then nanites fix their wounds and they have to continue battling. So their original spiritual leader, the Kai, had to stay on this moon. And now the new Kai has religious propaganda pushing zealots to bomb the school. So that was very interesting. They put that in there. Cisco basically said that they will not be teaching Bajoran religious beliefs on a Federation station. And that was that. Very interesting stuff. I did get it on to Season 2. I'm at the very beginning of Season 2. So we can go over there. Homecoming. This was about Major Kira liberating one of the last Cardassian criminal camps, war camps, making Bajorans mine minerals. Apparently there was a infamous rebel fighter on this camp they had to get. So that was cool. The Circle, episode 2. Kira spends time with Vedic on Bajor as the council begins receiving arms from an unknown source. Turns out to be the Cardassians. And then Siege, episode 3. The Circle, led by Bajoran military, attempts to coup the station as Cisco and others manage to basically halt their efforts. They have to fight on DS9, which is very interesting. But yeah, that's where I'm at so far. I do want to bring up real quick some 911 to talk about that. Ryan Murphy's other show, which is extremely good if you haven't watched it already. Let's go into episodes. And then... oh, it's season 1. I want season 9. Okay. So we have, going into this, last couple episodes that they released. They're still coming out with episodes all the way up to episode 19. So they're still writing the scripts for them. But I watched War, which was following Hin's firing. Chimmy grapples with his decision and how it has affected the team. Meanwhile, a new AI call center assistant meant to help has begun to create more complications, and the 118 must intervene. So this is a really good episode. Shocking to see that Hin was fired. I'm wondering what exactly they're going to do as far as the medical staff, the EMT side of it. They're going to have to show someone's going to have to step up. Interesting also to see that her diagnosis is yet to be coming in. I mean, they've just been saying that she's been losing muscle tone and now she's in a chair, so that was interesting as well. Got episode 9, Fighting Back. Hin continues to seek out diagnosis for her mysterious symptoms. Harry hits a wall in his attempt to complete the Academy fighting exam. So I really like this episode. Harry was awesome in it. He got to graduate from the Academy, so he's officially going to be a probie at the 118. So that's really cool, just like Bobby would have wanted. But yeah, really awesome stuff there with 911. So what have you guys been watching? Are you going to watch any of this new content coming out? Let me know what exactly you are into. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, all the places. Till next time, guys, this is me signing off. Bye-bye.